Namaste. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a 30-minute chair yoga class. It's designed for my local senior center where I volunteer every other week. But it's really good for anybody, any age, any physical disposition. You can modify this class to make it right for you and it'll feel good. So join me in a seat. Check your alignment. Make sure that your feet are square under your knees and they're not flopping around to one side or tucked under. You want your shoulders to be straight over your hips and roll your shoulders up and back. Feel your spine straight and long. Take a deep breath and let it go. We'll close our eyes for a moment and work on some breathing practice. I thought we might try some Ujjayi breathing. It's an ocean sounding breath. And the way we engage that is by inhaling deeply and then exhaling with a ha sound. So breathing in, exhaling with a ha sound. Once you feel that kind of constriction in the back of your throat that makes that ha sound, you can do the same breath but with your lips closed, and then it's a more personal, quieter breathing sound. Breathing in and exhaling. You can kind of feel your throat constrict and it still makes that kind of ocean sounding breath. So work on breathing like that for a moment. If you need to go back to the open mouth ha sound to regain that constriction in your throat, please do. And if you feel uncomfortable with it any time, just return to normal, nice, deep, and slow breathing. So breathing in and breathing out. And while we're working on the breath, let's think a moment about why we do yoga. You're welcome to share why you're here today in trying this class. I know I have done yoga off and on since I was a teenager, but really didn't do it regularly till I had a marriage counselor actually suggest that we each find something positive to do for ourselves. And I tried yoga. And it didn't save the marriage, but it really stuck with me and has benefited me in so many other ways. Yoga relieves stress. It calms me. It's soothing. It can kind of take an edge off any anxiety if you ever feel that. It's obviously great for fitness when you stretch and move in ways that you don't always move every other day. You keep that flexibility and that limberness with you. It's so easy to get tightened up and lose muscle mass, and just a little bit of yoga goes a long way, especially if you find you develop a regular practice. They say it's good for your memory, improving your cognition. Endless benefits to yoga. So please think about why you're here and what this does for you. Is it simply a physical practice, or is it something that you can apply to the rest of your life? There's a lot of acceptance in yoga, appreciating where we're at in this moment, living in the present. And I find often that I take that idea of acceptance and take it off the mat. I accept my situation and work with it, and I accept my body as it changes with injuries or aging. There's so much that yoga brings us. And we always come back to the breath. So take one more deep breath in and just breathe normally as you exhale, and then open the eyes. Take the hands out to the side. We'll just begin a warm up. Inhale, the arms go out and up, reaching up. And exhale, take the arms down. One more time. Inhale, out and up. And exhale, release the arms down. One more time. Inhale, out and up. And release. Okay, roll the shoulders up and back and take the knees wide. Again, checking to make sure your feet are still square under your knees. We'll do some side stretches. So take your left hand to your left knee and then right hand to right knee. Reach the left hand up and over, pushing down in that left hip bone, sit bone as you reach up and over and stretch the side body and return. Same thing on the side, left hand to left knee, right hand comes out and up and over. Nice side stretch, pushing down on the right side of your bottom as you reach up through the armpit to the fingertips and release. One more time, left hand comes up and over. This time, take the elbow back as we return, stretching open the chest and coming back to center. Right hand comes up and over, and then bend the elbow, take it back to open up the chest as we release. Let's do that one more time, actually. It felt good. Again, left hand up and over, stretching the sides, and then bending the elbow as you take the elbow back towards the back of the chair, and then come to neutral. Right hand goes up and over, stretching, and bend the elbow, take it back, opening the chest as you return to neutral. Okay, we'll do some spinal twists. Cross your ankles left over right, or you can cross your left knee over, or maybe you want to take your legs in a figure 4 shape, whichever you feel the need for today. If you want to work on your hips, if you're feeling not so much like it, maybe take it back. Wherever you're at today, that's the important part, is you accept that and work with what you got. So once again, we'll start by going towards the left. So take your right hand to your left knee and then spiral around. You can use the back of your chair for a little leverage, and don't start out too deep. Just twist a little bit around. See if you can look over that left shoulder and then come back to neutral. Let's do that one more time. Hand to your knee, get tall as we spin around. Nice deep breaths. You can use the belly to really expand your breathing here. Spiraling around, looking over the left shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. And then unwind, change the cross of your legs. You might find you're a little bit different on this side. It's quite common to feel tighter or looser on one side than the other. So wherever you're at, get settled, get tall, check your alignment, and then take your left hand to your right knee and then rotate around, looking over your right back shoulder. Nice gentle twist to start. Make sure the spine is straight and tall, but spiraled around that axis. And then release. And then we'll repeat it, maybe going a little deeper this time. Left hand goes to right knee, get tall, work yourself around nice and gradually. Slow, deep breathing, don't clench. A little deeper if it feels right for you, and then come back to center, uncross the knees. Let's take the feet wide. We'll do some cat-cows. Sitting up tall, we're going to lean forward just a little bit, placing your hands on your knees for stability. We're going to pull the chest and the belly forward first for cow pose, maybe lifting the chin, and then rounding back like a Halloween cat, and then pulling forward. See if you can match your movements with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. I like to exhale when I'm in cat pose because I can really draw the diaphragm in to squish the lungs, all the air comes out. And then inhale, fill the chest, fill the belly with air. You can hear Olaf in the background today. Rounding and flexing, moving at your own pace with your own breath. Just do a few of these, limbering the spine. Okay, coming back to neutral, we'll stand up and see if we can do some of these stretches standing. Let's take our feet a little wider than hips width for stability. We'll do some forward folds, starting with the arms out and up, breathing in, and exhale, forward fold. Take your hands down your thighs, only go as low as is right for you. You may reach towards the ground, but you might stop halfway up. Try to keep a long, straight spine. Nice deep breaths in our forward fold. And then bend the knees and slowly round up one vertebrae at a time till the shoulders come up and back, and we'll do it again. Inhale, the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, fold down, headed towards the ground. Nice deep breaths. In and out. This time, take your hands to your hips, make your spine straight, long, tighten your core, and rise up. Nice and slow. Last time, inhale, the arms come out and up. Exhale, we fold. Reaching down, maybe a little deeper this time. Maybe you can reach the ground and drop your head and just let the weight of your torso enjoy the pull of gravity. We'll bend the knees this time, roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Till we hit the top, the shoulders roll up and back, and we're back in a standing position. We'll do our side stretches, so take the hands to the hips, shift the hips to the left, take that left hand out and up and over. And let's swim it back, elbow comes back, opening the chest, and back to center. Shift the hips to the right, take the right hand out and up and over. And then the elbow comes back, that feels good. Opening the chest and come back to center. One more time, other side. Shift the hips, left hand comes up and over. Elbow comes back as we return to neutral. Shifting the hips, lifting the arm up and over. Elbow comes back and we return to neutral. Let's take the heels in a little bit, toes out, bend the knees, and just twist. Nice, breezy, easy twists on the spine. If you feel good using your head as part of the spiral, go ahead, but you can also have less range of motion. Up to you again. Once again, it's about respecting what your body is capable of comfortably and safely. And slow it down. Stand up tall. And we'll do some sun salutations. So you're going to come to the side of your chair. My feet are about a foot away from the chair. I'm standing tall. I feel a little downhill from the chair, but okay. So we start in mountain pose, Tadasana. Our shoulders are broad. Our tension is down the front of the body. As much as you can, relax the back of the body. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, we fold. Palms come to the seat of the chair. If you need to readjust your stance here, go ahead. If you want to bend a little deeper, you can fold your forehead down towards the seat of the chair and then come up to a flat back. Step your right foot back and then your left. And then let your hips shift far up and back as you stretch in the downward facing dog. Really open the heart, let the chest sink towards the ground. The hips go high. You may feel a little stretch in your hamstrings or your calves. And then we're going to push forward towards the chair, coming into plank pose on the chair. Once again, shoulders are directly over your wrist. Your core is tight. Your back is straight. You can dip down, little chaturanga. And then step your right foot forward and then the left. Bend the knees so you can arch the heart forward and up for a cobra pose. And then round up. Roll the shoulders up and back, returning to Tadasana. Let's do the other side, leading with the left. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, we fold towards the chair, going down as deeply as is comfortable. We rise back up for a straight, flat back. Step the left foot back, followed by the right. Shift the hips up and back, opening the shoulders, dropping the heart towards the earth for downward facing dog. Pushing forward up onto your toes, shoulders come over the wrist, core is tight for plank pose. We can do a little push up here for chaturanga. And then step the left foot forward, followed by the right. Bend the knees so you can arch the back. Bring the heart forward for baby cobra. And then round up one vertebrae at a time and return to Tadasana. Very nice. Sun salutations are ancient. They've been documented, I want to say at least since 2000 BC. I didn't write it down. I'll have to go back and tell you another time. All right. So let us work on our tree pose. I like to call it the daily tree because we should be practicing balancing poses daily. It's so important. So you're going to stand on the left side of your chair, grounding down in your right foot. Your left foot becomes light and the hip opens. You might want to keep your toes on the ground and just place your heel on your inner ankle area. Or you can take the foot up to the calf. If it's up in your practice, you can take your foot all the way to your inner thigh, and you press the thigh against the foot against the thigh, and then take the left arm out and up. Maybe you take the right arm out and up. If you feel wobbly, tighten your core. Have your gaze go off into the distance. This is just our first balance of the day. It may feel a little unsteady if you wobble out. Set yourself back in, one step at a time. If we're ready to release, you can take your hands down. Keep your core tight as you lower your foot, and we'll do the other side. So come around to the other side of the chair so you've got that extra support. And then grounding down in your left foot, getting tall through that side of the body. Keep your shoulders broad. You want to try to keep your hips level. Get light in the right. Bend the knee, open it up. And you may find your balance is different from one side to the other. That's perfectly expected. Keep your foot on your calf, foot on the ground, up high. Again, whatever works for you. Slowly, steadily take the arm out and up. If they both go up, that's great. But you can keep your hand on the chair for support. Tighten your core. Nice deep breaths. Gaze is soft. Here's your balance. Find your balance. It may take a couple times to go in and out of the pose to find stillness. And you may not find stillness today. We don't always. And then slowly come out to the way you came in. Once you get your feet down, shake it out a little bit, and we'll move on to our flow sequence. It's a little humid out today. So for this flow sequence, we're just going to do a couple moves and then repeat them on the other side. And then go back to the first side and add on the second side, and so forth. I'm trying to watch the time a little bit more this time. I keep running 10 minutes over, so hopefully I can keep this to a half-hour class today. We'll see. Anyway, we'll start in mountain pose in the chair. Again, checking in with our alignment, make sure our hips are square, make sure our feet are in good position. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, we're going to rotate the body on facing the side of the chair, so we're at 90 degrees. We're going to go into high lunge here. So what we'll do is we'll take that right foot back. Your high lunge might be right here, but you might be comfortable stepping that foot back any amount between here and straight. Find out what works for your body. So once you get your foot in that comfortable position and your back leg as straight as is comfortable for you, you reach up, maybe look up, and we're in high lunge. And then we're going to twist towards the back of the chair. Nice, comfortable twisting of the spine, that rotation, maybe looking over your left shoulder. And then reaching it back up, we're back in high lunge. You can always rebend your knee if it's more comfortable. You find that straight leg is not comfortable. And then we're going to release the pose. Drop it all down, come back towards front and center, and we'll repeat on the other side. Starting in mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, rotate everything towards the right. Moving into high lunge, we're going to take that left foot back, drop the knee down. Any amount that feels good for you today. Once you find your high lunge, reach up. Maybe tuck the pelvis under slightly and see if you can look up. Nice deep breaths. Now we're going to twist towards the back of the chair again. So we're looking over our right shoulder. Nice deep breaths as we enjoy the twist. Inhaling and exhaling. And then returning to high lunge. The arms come up. Maybe we look up. And then we release the arms. Bring the legs back in. And return to our mountain pose. Okay, I'm going to add on some warrior 2, some side angle pose, and some archer pose. Fun fact on archer pose, it can be done on the floor mat with a foot in each hand. You'll see how when we get there how that'll work out. I mean, we won't, but anyway. Inhale up and exhale. Rotate your whole body so that you're facing the left side of the chair. Take that right foot, step it back, dropping the knee down, however much works for you right now. And then reach for your high lunge. You might find that it's easier to take this half of your bottom off the chair a little bit. Most of my weight on the chair is on my left thigh and bottom. And then we twist towards the back of the chair. And we unwind back to high lunge. We're going to open up towards each other. Warrior two pose. You see this has an external rotation. That heel on the right foot goes down to the ground, and then the left leg stays where it is. Our gaze goes off into the distance over the middle finger of our left hand for warrior two. Moving on a side angle, let's lean forward a little bit. Take that forearm down to the thigh, or maybe the hand, whatever works for you. And take the right hand up and over. You can rotate your pinky side down for side angle pose and feel a long line of energy running from your right toes all the way up through your right fingertips. That's side angle pose. Take it back, warrior two. Going to arch your pose. So rotate the palms forward. Take your right hand all the way over to your left forearm. We're going to grab our bow with the right hand. I'm sorry, left hand. Is that 5 times I've missed that this video? Grab your string with the right hand and pull it back for archer pose. Again, now imagine this with your feet in each hand. And let's lift that arch. Let's lift that bow up to the sky. Shoot for the moon and release. And come back to warrior two. Okay, drop the arms down. Help everything back in towards the center. And we'll do those extra moves facing towards the right. Inhale up. Exhale, rotate the body and then drop that left foot back, back, back. So we're in high lunge facing towards the right. Really get long in all directions if you can. And then rotate towards the back of the chair. Nice deep breaths in your twist. And unwind arms up. We're going to open up towards each other. Arms come to a T, warrior two. That left heel comes down. Gaze goes off into the distance. Over the right middle finger. Moving into side angle pose, we'll lean forward to create some space. Left arm comes up and over. Again, if you can do some internal rotation so that pinky comes down, the thumb comes up, your gaze can come to the back of your thumbnail. Or it can be down at the ground. Everybody's different. And then we return, warrior two pose. Again, archer pose. Let's take the palms facing forward. Take the left hand in towards the right wrist. Grab the string, grab the bow, pull it back, taut for archer pose. Let's raise our aim up towards the sky and release and come back to warrior two. Beautiful, right? Okay, let it all come in. Come back to center. Get a drink if you need one. Shake things up a little bit. And we'll add on some goddess pose, some wide-legged stuff, some twists. And yeah, that'll be good. Sorry, I had to check my cheat sheet there. Okay, inhale up. Exhale, rotate and drop that left foot back, back, back for high lunge pose. Again, remember, it's totally okay to be right here. Works just as well. And then we're going to twist towards the back of the chair and return up. Open up, warrior two pose. Check your gaze off into the distance. Left forearm comes down, right hand comes up and over. Side angle pose, long reach here. And return to warrior two. Archer pose, take your palms forward. Right hand comes in. Grab your bow and your string. Pull it back, bring it up. Nice deep breath here and release. And come back to warrior two. Moving into goddess, arms come into cactus. Bend that back knee, kind of shift the hips forward. Feet are wide, everything's at angles here. We're going to stretch it back to the right. Come back to center. Side stretch to the left and come back to center. Reach everything up for a star pose. And then forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Nice deep breaths in your forward fold. And we're going to twist. You're going to rotate your torso up so that you're looking over your left shoulder and come back to neutral. Then we're going to twist towards the right, looking up over that left shoulder and coming back to center. Rising back up, star pose, and bring it in. We're doing great. We'll do this other side, and we only have one more segment to add. So inhale the arms up. Rotate the body towards the right. Drop that left foot back, as far back as you like for a high lunge. Rotating towards the back of the chair. And come up. Open up towards me. Warrior two pose, looking off into the distance. Take it over, side angle pose. That left hand goes up towards the sky, making a long line from your left foot to your left hip, to your left armpit, to your left fingers. And come back, warrior two. Palms face forward, we're gonna do archer pose. Left hand comes in, grab your bow, grab the string, pull it back, taut. Raise it up, shoot for the moon, and release. Arms come out, warrior two pose. Bend the elbows up, goddess pose. Take these hips forward and out. So here we are. We're gonna stretch again to the sides. Left forearm comes to left leg. Olaf. Right arm reaches up and over. And we come back to neutral. Right forearm comes to right thigh. Left hand shoots up and over, side stretch. Come back to normal. Sorry, neutral. Olaf, come here. He's guarding us from nothing. Stretch it all up, star pose, and then dive down, wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna twist, looking over our right shoulder, keeping the spine straight, but rotated, and come back to neutral. Looking towards our left shoulder, get a nice rotation along that axis. Come back to neutral, and then rise up, straight spine, tight core, and stretch. And release. Okay, take it back in. We have one more add-on. It's a short one too. Okay, check your position. Get a little drink if you like. Take a deep breath and release. Inhale the arms up and rotate the body towards the left. Drop the right foot back for high lunge and twist toward the back of the chair. We unwind, reaching up tall and open towards each other, warrior two pose. Take the back hand up and over, side angle pose. Your body should feel familiar by now, right? And come back to warrior two. Palms face forward, right hand comes in, grabbing the string, grabbing the bow, pulling it taut, and raising it up, and release. Come back to warrior two. Elbows bend. Knees are bent, we find goddess. Stretching, side stretch to the left. Come back to neutral. Side stretch to the right. Got that backwards, didn't I? Come back to neutral, it's all good. Reaching tall, star pose and fold. Wide-legged forward bend. We're gonna look over our left shoulder first. Come back to neutral. Looking over our right shoulder next. Come back to neutral. And then straight spine, rise up, arms up. We're going to take the legs in. Take the arms to a T. We'll go into diver's pose or drinking bird pose. Straight spine, hinge forward at the hips. You can come up onto your toes. When we do this in a standing position, it's a balance pose. Set the heels down, swoop the arms forward and up for Utkatasana. We're there. Rise up and release. That side's done. Olaf is peering at me from over the deck. Maybe he'll come down and say hi. Okay, last time, last side, and then we'll give it a go standing. Inhale the arms up. Rotate the whole body 90 degrees. And we're facing towards the left. We're facing towards the right. Take your left foot down, knee goes down, leg goes back for high lunge. And twist, rotating towards the back of the chair. Unwind, high lunge. Opening up, warrior two pose. We're gonna lean into that side angle pose, keeping space for that lower rib and that lower lung, and then come back to warrior two. Palms forward, left hand comes in, stretching the shoulder, pulling that string back, and let's arch it up. Release, and come back to warrior two, almost there. Bending the elbows, let's take Both knees bent, hips are pointing forward for goddess pose. We're going to do a side stretch to the left and come back to center. Side stretch to the right and come back to center. Reaching the arms up, we're going to dive down, wide-legged forward fold. And then spinning the spine along its axis, looking up over the right shoulder, coming back to neutral. Spinning, looking up at the left shoulder, come back to neutral. Rise up, arms straight overhead. Bring the feet in. The final moments are here. Arms come out to a T and we bend forward. Keep a straight spine. Come up onto your toes. Feel those calves contract. Drop the heels, swoop the arms down, forward and up, reaching at an angle. Biceps by the ears. Utkatasana, chair pose. And we rise up and release. Bravo. Okay, I don't know if I can recommend doing this outside when it's like humid. All right, let's try that standing. Let me unstick my clothing. Okay. So standing, we're going to stand in front of your chair, but close by in case you want to use it for support or stability. And if you don't want to try it standing at all, it's okay to repeat the sequence in the chair or just sit this one out, whatever works for you. So I'm starting in Tadasana the way we do. Inhale the arms up. I'm going to put my weight in my left foot, step my right foot back. Again, however back far works for you for your high lunge pose. Find you want a comfortable but sturdy base. We're going to twist towards the chair, but just wrap the arms first. You can either grab the chair for support and deepen the twist, or twist deeper on your own, however you feel comfortable and secure here. Unwind arms up. Going to drop that back heel down, open up towards each other, and we're in Warrior Two pose. Arms out to a T. Drop the left hand towards the left knee, take the right hand up and over. See if you can wrap that pinky side down. And then come back, Warrior Two. Taking that back hand, pulling it in, grabbing your bow, grabbing your string. Archer pose. Let's take that archer up towards the sky, shooting for the moon and release. And come back to Warrior Two. Put your arms in cactus and then take your back heel in and sit deep for goddess pose. Side stretching to the right, come back. Side stretch to the left and come back to neutral. Stretch it up, straight legs, straight arms, and dive down, forward fold. Keep your hands on your hips. If that feels good for you, it helps keep the spine straight. And then we're going to twist our shoulders open to the left. See if you want to take that left hand up to the sky. Maybe you take the right hand down to the earth and twist deeper. Come back to neutral. Hands are on the hips, straight spine. And I'm going to rotate towards the right. Once again, you can take your left hand down, your right hand up towards the sky, or just leave them where they were. Either way, come back to neutral. Hands are on the hips. Back is straight and strong. Core is tight. Rise up. And take your arms up. Take your feet in. Take your arms to a T. We're going to get into drinking bird pose. Hinge forward at the hips. If you want to try the balance, come onto your toes. You can do it with bent knees or straight legs. And then once you've got your balance, set your heels down, swoop your arms, bend your knees. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And rise up and release. Shake it out. Whew. Okay, let's do it to the other side. So again, you want to stand close to your chair if you want that for support. Olaf. I swear he's barking at nothing. Anyway, we start in Tadasana. Inhale the arms out and up. Bend your knees, put your weight in your right leg, step your left foot back. Any amount that feels good for you. See if you can straighten that back knee. You're on the ball of your back foot. Reach up and we're going to twist. We'll wrap the arms around, looking over the left shoulder. The right shoulder. Maybe use your chair for stability. And then unwind arms up. Your left heel is going to come down. You're going to open your hips towards each other. Take your gaze off into the distance over your right finger. Warrior two. Take your right hand down, left hand comes up and over. Make a line from your left toes, your left fingers for side angle pose. And come back to warrior two. From here, we're going to take our palms forward. Left hand comes in, grabs the string, we grab the bow, we pull it back, arch it up, and release for archer pose. Come back to warrior two. Bend the elbows. Let's take both heels in. Bend the knees for goddess pose. We're on the home stretch. Let's stretch to the left, side stretch, come back. Stretch to the right, side stretch, come back. Stretch everything in all directions. Star pose and dive down. Nice straight back. Same thing, we're going to do our twist. Take your hands to your hips and then look over, if you can, rotate towards your right shoulder. Once again, you might want to take your left hand towards the ground, right hand towards the sky to deepen the twist. You might not. There it is. We're back to center. Let's twist the other side. You can use your dog for leverage. Looking up over your left shoulder. Left hand goes to the sky, right hand goes to your dog's foot. And we come back to neutral. Thank you. Come back up to star pose. Here's the star of the show. Arms come up, feet come in. Then we're going to take the arms wide, hinge forward at the hips. Come up on your toes if your dog is not sitting on your feet, and shoot for the balance. And we're going to swoop our arms down, forward and up around our dogs, sitting down, nudging our dog with our knees for chair pose. And we rise up and release. Whew, that was warm. Thanks, Olaf. Okay. Sitting down, let's finish the class. How am I doing? Do I have time for abs? Let's do a little abs. I got Olaf here to help. So I'm going to sit in the front third of my chair. My shoulders are going to be broad. I was going to lift one foot and then the other, but now I have an obstacle, a beautiful obstacle. So yeah, let's take our hands in prayer position, Anjali Mudra. And we're just going to hinge back, keeping our back straight, slowly till our shoulder blades reach the back of the chair and come up. If you want a little challenge, lift one foot and then do that same movement. Forward and back. Nice, steady, feel your core engage. And then if your dog's not sitting on your other foot, repeat with the other side. Nice, steady breathing. Forward and back. Okay. Now we're going to bring our bottom so it's at least halfway back on our chair. I'm going to get my foot back from under the dog and we're going to twist and lift the legs. All right, I'm going to do it off to the side. So what we're going to do is keep our straight spine and we're going to rotate. So our left elbow is going to go to our right knee and so forth, back and forth. Move with the breath. Left elbow, right elbow, left elbow, right knee, and so on. Just keep it. You want to get those side core muscles strong and flexible. Okay. And release. If you want to do more, I would suggest you pause the video and go ahead. Otherwise, we are ready for Shavasana. Check your alignment, make sure one foot is on your dog. Whatever. Anyway, lean all the way, have your bottom all the way back in the chair. Have your back flat against the chair. Roll your shoulders up and back. See if you can tuck your shoulders back just a little bit. Take some nice deep breaths. Maybe returning to that Ujjayi breath, that ocean sounding breath, with that ha sound. Inhale and exhale. But do that with your lips closed and it sounds like this. I used to put my kid to sleep with the Ujjayi breath. 2 or 3 breaths every time it would work. So slow your breathing down. Feel the effects of our practice together. Let your heart rate settle. Let your breathing settle. Maybe briefly return your thoughts to the idea of why you're here. What benefits do you get from your yoga practice? Is it just physical? Is it more? Does it help you feel good about yourself? Does it help you work through any problems or injuries? Just think about the benefits that you get and how good you'll feel later. Even if we're a little tired now, in half an hour, oh, you're going to feel great. Good energy, good body feelings. Nice, slow, steady breathing. Just a few more times. Deep breaths. And then we'll open our eyes, sit up tall and straight. We'll take one last breath in, shared together. Take the arms out and up, breathing in. Palms touch, and exhale as they come down to the heart center. And namaste. Thank you. We are done. That was a great class.